Hey, good people. This is a great little funny cop story. These cops will be telling this crazy cop story forever. But this is Sheriff Grady, Judge Judd. Anyway, Orlando, Florida. These two are engaged in a sting to where they contacted undercover. They were going to show up and have sex. And the cops tried to cancel, and his guy, a retired Marine, says, hell no, and shows up with a gun and almost gets shot. Funny ass story. I'd be telling this if I was inside. I guarantee you these cops are having a freaking blast. I did this in another long video, and I thought it was pretty funny, so I cut it out. So here's crazy cop story on ex-Marine shows up to bust with gun. Much money and justification for more government. And we need more ambulance because every time we take somebody, the ambulances are tired up doing DKGs. We need more hospitals. There's a hospital shortage. Oh my God, everybody needs to wear a mask.
Make sure everything's all right. So we have to call an ambulance to the scene, and a fire truck shows up. We've got another undercover deal, cooking. So our undercover people...
And then the big red truck came.
Try to blow off the deal. Hey, we'll do it tomorrow. Here's the deal. There was a guy by the name of Seth Phillips and Christina Garrett.
Okay, this is the guy. This is a pretty funny story, okay? This is a good crazy cop story. This guy's an idiot. But whatever. He's a thug, he's a criminal, he's a street thug. He believes in his turf, his way. He's straight up. He doesn't play freaking games, and he backs up what he says. I kind of like the guy. There's a part of me that likes the guy a little bit.
I mean, from Bradenton. Christina is Seth's girlfriend. Follow this now. Coming from Bradenton, where they're to be paid $1,000 to have sex with two undercover people. They think.
Okay, so they both adults, and they think they're going to have sex with two consenting adults, and they make agreement to do this for $1,000. So far, I'm okay.
This is going to be $1,000 in their pocket. They're going to have sex. It's going to be a great evening.
That sounds like a great evening. I'd love to go out and have $1,000 in my pocket and have sex. What? How is that not a good evening? Rick, it's not fair, and women are victims, and you're just taking advantage. What?
However, Seth left his wife at home while he shows up with his girlfriend.
Okay, so let's disparage him because he's cheating on his wife. Okay, he's a wife cheater. He's not a great guy. I get it.
So he gets in the area. We have the guy resist. Now we got to have the fire trucks there and the ambulance and the EKG strips. So we text, our undercovers text and say, hey, the cops are here. Told them the truth. Ambulance is here, fire truck's here. We'll do it tomorrow night.
Okay, so he didn't explain that real good. So what happens is they're at a house. They set this guy up to meet him. But then because another guy resisted and they had to call the fire truck and all the ambulance, it kind of blew the scene. Now anybody that's a little paranoid about showing up is probably going to get spooked and won't show up. So they shut down the operation and said, let's let the neighborhood calm down. I mean, you wouldn't try to do a sting and a shooting happens out front and you have a crime scene and 50 cops there and you're trying to get a guy to come next door. It just wouldn't work. So they canceled. They tried to... This guy kills me. They tried to tell him, dude, man, the cops are here and everything, which is great for their story because later when they call him back, he's going to be like, man, these guys are cool because the cops showed up. They expected him to go, it's cool, man. I don't want to go there with all the cops, fire department anyway. So as an undercover, these guys were doing the right thing here and they're building credibility.
Seth, who's a former Marine and a Lyft driver.
Former Marine? Oh, no. That's probably why he's got all that testosterone. That's probably why he's got that mean, masculine kind of, mean what I say and say what I mean. Man! See, that's kind of, I think, the little part that I like about him is he may be a criminal, but he's a straight-up criminal. I've always said, I've put a lot of felons in jail that have so much more ethics, credibility, and good standing in my book than most of the DAs and judges and lawyers that I've worked with. But I digress.
Is not happy. So here's what he says. I'm mad. I've come all the way over here for $1,000 and now you're blowing me off.
This is, man, I'm telling you, man, these cops on the other line that were talking to him was just like, what the fuck? We just tried to cancel to save him because there's cops everywhere and he still wants to come. I guarantee those cops were looking around the room because usually a bunch of cops, they're probably like, what the? Okay, man, it's cool, man. I just, here's how that conversation went. Dude, man, there's cops everywhere. We need to make this another time. Hey, man, fuck you. I just drove all this way. You owe me motherfucking money. Dude, man, there's fire trucks and everything. We can't do this. All they did is make it even better case for him. This is freaking great.
You are going to pay me $100 for the ball of meth. You are going to pay me $500 for the cancellation. If not,
this guy's got a cancellation fee. I like this guy.
you better have a lot of friends with guns and a chopper. You'll sleep well if you pay knowing that the boogeyman won't come.
Okay, so this guy's just straight up gangster. I mean, look, even though he's a criminal, he's a crook, and he may be out there intimidating people, again, I gotta have a little respect for him because he is what he is. He doesn't try to hide. He's not gonna lie. He's not some weasel like, oh man, that the cops are there. I'm really scared, man. Thanks for telling me. I just want to. He's not a freaking pussy, and that's what I like about him. But I know I'm gonna get some hate because I like a criminal. But whatever.
And then he continued to threaten. And guess what? He showed up. That's right. The ambulance had cleared out. Fire trucks had cleared out. We'd shut the operation down for the night. The detectives were in the house. When they noticed on the camera, a car pulls up. This guy gets out of the car along with Christina. He does not walk to the house. He sprints to the house, gun in hand.
I love this dude. He's like, oh, hell no. I'm getting my motherfucking cancellation fee. You cancel on me and make me drive? Fuck that. And he grabs a gun and runs to the fucking house. See, I like this guy. I don't want to kill him. If I was a cop, man, when I took him in cuss, I was like, dude, you got some balls, I'll give you that. You ain't fucking playing, you're the real deal. And I can respect that. I mean, I'm telling you, people may not understand why I like this guy, but I do. A fucking $500 cancellation fee. I'm bringing my motherfucking gun. It's go time.
You see where this is going. So our detectives, who are simply the very best, they say to themselves, self, we think we ought to have a gun.
I haven't heard somebody use that in a long time. We used to say that all the time. When I was teaching, I would say that. And sometimes when I was teaching, I'd say we call that a clue. I'd also kind of, the other phrase that I would use is like, at this point, I looked at myself and said, self, I think something's wrong here. Something isn't right. So you refer to yourself as, that's the first time I've heard somebody say that on TV. It was pretty funny when he said that. I was laughing.
Detectives, who are simply the very best, they say to themselves, self, we think we ought to have a gun, since this guy has just arrived, gun in hand. We open the door with 4 of our guys with guns, and he's got a gun above his head.
Okay, so I got to give the cops credit here. A lot of pussy-ass cops would have shot and killed him. He had a gun. Fuck it. He came to the door. We've got conversations that he was going to kill. You better have friends, blah, blah. He came to shoot. As soon as they opened the door, I think if they had filled him full of holes, it would have been absolute. I'm not saying it would have been justified. I'm saying the courts and the process would have cleared them, and they'd have been good. So they could have shot and killed this dude with no fear of anything, and they didn't. Even when he drops the gun, they don't shoot him. Girlfriend jumps in front of him, which is kind of, man, that's a good girlfriend. I mean, I don't know if his wife would have jumped in front of him, but girlfriend jumped in front of his ass and saved his ass. That's a good girlfriend. Rick, he used her and she's a victim. All right, whatever.
He's coming down with his gun. Christina saves his life by jumping in front of him. He puts the gun in his waistband, so we don't know if he's bringing it down to point it at us or he's counting 4 guns and he brings it down to put. It is that close to a shooting. Microseconds. We take him into custody. He's charged with 4 counts of aggravated assault with a firearm, attempted robbery.
See, so they charge him with 4 counts of aggravated assault because he showed up with a gun and there was 4 cops inside. If there had been 6 cops inside, he'd have got 6 counts of aggravated robbery or aggravated assault, whatever they're charging him with. That's kind of bullshit to me. Yeah, he came with a gun. He should get a charge of aggravated assault. But to give him 4 counts of aggravated assault because there's 4 cops inside that he didn't know, I think that's kind of bullshit. But whatever. People are going to say, man, you just like him because he's a Marine. I don't like him just because he's a Marine.
Possession of meth. Extortion by threat.
So he does this while he's carrying meth. Damn.
Christina's charged with prostitution and possession of heroin.
She's got heroin, he's got meth. You got one downer and one upper. I don't know how they stay together, but that's a tough match.
And he made the statement during the interview. He became totally cooperative at this point and said, "You would have been right to shoot me."
See, he's saying he made this statement like he's a dumbass. This guy is just one of the felons, the hardcore felons that I arrested. They were up front like that. It was like, man, it's cool. I mean, you got your job to do. I got mine to do. I am who I am, and everything's cool. I like those guys. Even though they were thugs and criminals, they usually only prey on other criminals. They're selling to other criminals. They're doing robberies on it. I didn't like the people that preyed on innocent people. Though I didn't like those guys.
Well, I appreciate his understanding of the gravity of the situation. But because our detectives did exactly what was right, and because Christina got in the way, and she gets credit as well for him being alive today, because this was a very tough situation.
All righty. We'll end that there. Y'all have a good one. Hope you enjoyed it.